How's everybody doing? I'm going to talk to you about some things that have come up in the essentially the genetic records of humanity and how they came to be, how they came to pass, kind of their origin story of sorts. There's been, over the years, humanity's been involved in a lot of fuckery, people. I'm just there to let you know, there's been fuckery after fuckery. And so, I guess, start at the beginning. Start at the beginning. First and foremost, we'll go to the very beginning. When Cain killed Abel, a lot of people don't really understand how it is that white people came to be, because this planet was a black planet, people. It was. Now there were brown people too, but it was a Semitic people. And so, what happened when Cain killed Abel? Cain then went on the run. And so at that time, Inky walked, just as he's walking right now with me and through me. Now, a lot of people think that God and I have our tiffs, but that's my father. Okay, we every family's got a little bit, every family's a little bit fucked up. We have our own way of doing things. Sometimes we just have to get away from each other. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we just got to get away from each other for a bit. But right now he's walking with me. And in order to make that happen, I have to temporarily kill him off. And so that's how I absorb his soul so that he can walk the earthly plane. So now during this time though, Inky was walking. And those that don't know, Inky is God. The translation. That's the real name of God, is Inky. And so he was walking in the Garden of Eden. Cain kills Abel. And so Cain goes on the run. Well, God was upset. You know what I'm saying? God was upset by this. And he placed Cain under curse. Now, the curse was that Cain's children, his offspring, would lack pigment. He gave them a scarlet letter. And so then, because we worship the sun, people, S-U-N, yeah, Ron, then it changed to S-O-N. We worship the sun, the lamb. But we still are under sun worship, people. And so what God did was he placed a curse upon Cain's lines. There's 3 lines. You have the Levites, the Reubens, and the Simeons. They are unpigmented people. They're Cananites. And so what he did was place a curse on them so that they could not walk amongst the sun. So when white people go out, they get sunburnt, people. So yearly, they have an atonement that must be paid. They must be reminded of the blood that was spilled over Cain when he killed his brother. That's why white people sunburn. That's why they don't have pigment, people. Now, we're going to move on to phase 2 here. Another one that got God all upset. Now, Moses is who placed this curse, though. But God got all upset by it. At the time, you had the Nibirians were still here, which, there's a whole host of them. It's your Sumerian text, but they were still walking amongst man. They essentially set up the breeding projects. They're the observers. The angels are watchers. The Nibirians are the observers of humanity's breeding. We're all we're a byproduct, people. We're a breeding project that happened here. We essentially gained consciousness, and so they were like, you know what, we're going to keep them because they became conscious. And so that's how that came to be. We were initially bred to be a slave species. And so anyways, though, Moses was 85% Nibirian and he was 15% Nigerian. And that comes into play when you talk about, when Moses is leading his people through the wilderness 40 years. That has part to do with this story. During that time, the reason that the 40 years came to be is because the Nigerians, which Moses was one of them, now he wasn't involved, but they went to war with the Ethiopians. And the Nigerian people and the Ethiopians are literally, they're brothers to each other, okay? And so because of this, Moses got upset because they wouldn't stop harming their brother. And so Moses placed a curse upon the black people. Now, what is that known as today? It didn't have a name back then, but today it's known as sickle cell. That was created because the blacks of Nigeria would not stop killing the Ethiopians. And so Moses placed them under curse. Then that led to the 40 years in the wilderness. Now, the other one that's an interesting curse that came to be, for one along here, you, of course, have your Jews that came to be. And the Jewish people, they've been under curse for a very long time. Their curse is to never know a home. Because every time that they have a fucking neighbor, they have a goddamn conflict with them. It's not new. It's just like with Moses, with the goddamn Nigerians and the Ethiopians. The Jewish people always have a conflict with neighbors. And so they've been commanded to never know a home. That's why they're a nomadic people. The Jews are a nomadic people. They're tribes. They're wanderers. They're gypsies. They're a whole host of shit. But they're commanded to never have a home. They're scattered amongst everybody now. The reason is because they don't have a home. They're never probably going to have a true home. Because they just get, I'm here to tell you, Jews get on fuck shit. All of us do. It doesn't matter whether you goddamn the Cananites, the fucking, doesn't matter, man. Whether you're the blacks or the whites or, you know, hell, all we fucking ever known is fuck shit. Okay, everywhere we go, we just get on some fuck shit. We kill each other, we kill our neighbors, we just do dumb shit. That's all the fuck Jews know how to do is dumb shit. And so they're cursed to be a nomadic people spread amongst everywhere. Now, this one doesn't appear in the Bible, but this is how it came to be. When you talk about the Hispanic and Latino population, you have one of the highest rates of tuberculosis. Again, that was a curse. That one was come up with under Moses, but that was I walked as Moses, so it's kind of the angel of death. I've done a lot of fuck shit to people because God and I, we get tired of dumb shit, and we're like, we're going to teach people a lesson. And so what happened was, Moses had 72 wives, and Moses, of course, is a wanderer. He trekked through the damn wilderness. He did all kinds, led his people. Well, at that time, the continents were one, and so he was down in Central America. He was in Central America. And back then, you know, now we got, you know, there's all these different demographics of Latinos. You know, you got people that live from fucking Honduras and Ecuador and Mexico. Man, they were all the same damn people. They were all the same damn people back then. But what happened was, when Moses was passing through, one of them murdered one of his wives. And so Moses was like, fuck that, fuck them. So he placed them under curse. And to this very day, the highest demographic that experiences tuberculosis infections and outbreaks is amongst the Hispanic and Latino population. They're plagued by it. And so I just thought, you know, a lot of people don't know the origin of these things and how they came to pass and how they came to be, how they entered into certain genetic groups, and how that's how they're placed under curse from doing fuck shit. So with that, peace and blessing be upon your home. Hopefully you take something from this. A lot of this doesn't appear in the Bible, but this is how it came to be.